You want me to rant about Batman? Sure, why not? That pathetic, brooding man-child hiding behind a mask in a billionaire's bank account. Let's talk about that. First off, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Gotham's so-called protector. What a joke. This guy parades around in a bat costume, throwing gadgets at criminals, and somehow people think he's a hero. Give me a break. I don't need to hide behind a mask. The world knows who I am, and they love me for it. I'm not some coward lurking in the shadows. And his parents. Oh, poor little Brucies. Mommy and Daddy got shot in an alley. Boo-hoo! Grow up. You think you're the only one who had a rough start? Try being raised in a lab, scrutinized every second of your life, and molded into the perfect hero. I didn't have a cozy mansion or a butler to wipe my tears away. I had scientists and cold, sterile walls. My childhood was a nightmare, but I turned out to be the greatest hero the world has ever seen. What did Bruce do? He turned into a whiny, angsty vigilante with a chip on his shoulder. Now, let's talk about those so-called skills. Batman's got what? Martial arts training? Peak human condition, big deal. I could snap him like a twig without breaking a sweat. While he's busy throwing batarangs and swinging from rooftops, I'm flying at supersonic speeds, lifting entire buildings, and frying enemies with my laser vision. And the worst part? The inferiority complex. Yeah, I'll admit it. Batman pisses me off because he's a reminder that people can idolize someone so vastly beneath me. This human, this mortal with no real power gets worshipped like some Dark Knight savior. It's infuriating. I have the power to crush nations, to bend reality to my will. And yet, some people still whisper about Batman like he's anything but a joke. He hides in the dark because he knows he can't stand up to the light. He can't face the truth that in a real fight, in the harsh light of day, he's nothing. He's a scared little boy playing dress up. Me? I'm the real deal. I don't need smoke bombs or a secret identity. I'm Homelander, the pinnacle of power, the embodiment of justice. Batman wouldn't last a second against me. One blast of my heat vision, one punch, and he'd be a smear on the pavement. So, Batman can keep skulking around Gotham, pretending he's making a difference. Meanwhile, I'll continue being the true hero, the true power in this world. Because in the end, there's no contest. I'm superior in every way. And deep down, even Batman knows it. You know, it's almost pathetic how people cling to the myth of Batman. They see this lone vigilante standing against crime, and they think he's a symbol of hope. But what kind of hope is built on lies and fear? He's just a man. A weak, fragile man. One bad day away from being a corpse in a batsuit. Let's talk about his so-called intelligence. World's greatest detective, right? He can solve crimes, outthink his enemies. Big whoop. While he's piecing together clues, like a glorified puzzle solver, I can see through walls, hear a pin drop from miles away, and move faster than the eye can see. His brain games mean nothing when I can obliterate him before he even blinks. And his precious gadgets. What a crutch. He's nothing without them. All those fancy toys, the Batmobile, the grappling hooks, the batarangs, take them away, and what's left? A man in a costume outmatched and outgunned. I don't need toys. I am the weapon. My fists can shatter mountains, my breath can freeze oceans, my eyes can cut through steel. Batman's gadgets are just desperate attempts to level a playing field he can never hope to compete on. Oh, and his infamous no-kill rule. Don't even get me started. What kind of hero lets the same criminals escape over and over again, only for them to hurt more people? It's not noble. It's cowardice. It's an excuse to avoid making the hard choices. I do what needs to be done. I eliminate threats permanently. That's real heroism, not this self-righteous posturing. But what really grinds my gears? It's the way people talk about him. The way they idolize him
Like he's some kind of dark angel. They whisper about how he could beat anyone with enough prep time. Really? Against me? Prep time or not, he's just a man. I could reduce him to ash before he even knows I'm there. All his plans, all his strategies, they're worthless against true power. And let's not forget his little friends, the so-called Bat family. A bunch of wannabes trying to live up to his legacy? They're just as pathetic as he is. Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl. A bunch of sidekicks playing hero. They don't stand a chance against real power, against someone who doesn't need to play dress up to make a difference. In the end, Batman is nothing more than a symbol of human frailty, of the desperate need to cling to the illusion of control. He's a relic, a sad reminder of a time when people thought they needed a masked avenger to save them.